How to apply the Italian standard UNI 11095 published on 2019 for tunnel lighting. Method B, simplified. So once you define the road characteristics based on sidewalks, carriageway, and sidewalk, and then you define the tunnel characteristics, you can access the luminance curve, where we can define the luminance curve following the international standards. Once you select the button, you find at the bottom right side of the main window, this window will appear, where you define the customer name, the tunnel name, the standard. Then here we select the UNI 11095-2019. Then we select the method B. It is also possible to select method A. This is the simplified method following the chapter H.1.3. Then we define the tunnel length, which is a long tunnel. We define the latitude, we define the speed at the entrance of the tunnel, let's say 120 kilometers per hour, the direction, let's say southward, the type of installation, counter beam, the carriageway conditions, if it's dry or wet, the type of road. This is a normal road, it is not a highway. The stopping distance will be automatically defined by the program. Then, for the calculation of the interior luminance at the permanent zone, we have to define the M class following the 13201 published on 2015 standards for road lighting. Then the direction, in this case we select one way, and then the parameters for the definition of the atmospheric luminance, then the atmospheric visibility, and automatically the program will calculate the atmospheric luminance. Then the way we want to use to define the luminance curve, because it is possible to select three different methods. First of all, analyzing a photo, the photo of the entrance of the tunnel, then through the definition of the threshold value at the entrance of the tunnel, or through a fixed curve that we can upload, for example, from an Excel file, where we copy the row with the meters and the row with the luminance values. Then the program, once imported, will automatically show here the luminance curve. Let's stay with the method to define the luminance curve through a photo. In here, the last parameter is that we have to define if the interior luminance it is calculated or it is set by the user. If it is calculated, then the program will automatically calculate the interior luminance following the M class. So, next step is the definition of the image we want to use. So, we select the image through a folder that where we prepared all our images. We select this one. So this is the image. Next step is the definition of the center of the tunnel. So let's say that it is a little bit to the right. Set center. In here we can see that it is quite well positioned, maybe a little bit to the left. Then we have to define the first point of measurement and the second point of measurement pressing the right button of your mouse. Second point, and then we define 9.5 meters, which is the total width of the carriageway plus sidewalks. in here we see that we have to pull down a little bit the center in order to touch the yellow line. Next step is to define the tunnel size. In this case, we can say that the maximum dimension is 10 meters because this is a circular section. Then if this one is 9.5, this could be a little bit more than 9.5. From here, we can define the different section of the diagram of Adrian. We select a click of the mouse to the left, and then we set, for example, the sky. So we say that this is the sky, these two parts over here, and also this ones. And then we define the meadows, and the meadows are here, here, and probably here, and here. Then we zoom, and we define the other areas, the other sectors of the Adrian's diagram. So again, and now we define the road. And closer. And to the left, we see that we have a part meadows and part of road. So we start with the road, then with the right click of your mouse, you can define, for example, 80% of the road and 20% of the meadows. And so in this way, one by one, we define all the sectors. 80, 20, okay. 80, 20. We zoom this one, then we have to define this one and this one. So this one is again 80, 20 values, 75, 25, and in this case it is a little bit more. It is meadows, let's say 35, and road 65. Then we are here, we can define the portal, so the entrance of the tunnel. And last, this section. This section is based on rocks, what we can see here, and in this case steel rocks, and half and half here rocks and meadows. So right click, values, we can say that rocks are at 50% and meadows 50%, more or less. So probably we have defined, and we can pass to situation. And once all the sectors are defined, passing to situation, the tab you have over here, you can have the luminance curve. At this time, if it is corresponding to your needs, you simply go back and close this window and go back to the main window where you start defining the position of the luminaires in order, after the calculation, to achieve the theoretical luminance curve, which will be superimposed by the calculated luminance curve. And the luminance curve must be, the calculated one, must be above the green line.